If you're anything like me, you get an overwhelming feeling of sadness when the hunting seasons end. That's why I leapt at this opportunity when my dad called me up and said one of his hunting buddies backed out of their West Texas hunt. I quickly packed up my stuff, grabbed my cameras, and hopped on the plane. After a long flight and a long drive and a lot of cool scenery, we finally arrive at our destination. West Texas wildlife is more abundant than it may look, with quail, mule deer, and javelina occupying this barren ground. But what we are going after is an invasive species called Barbary sheep, or Aoudad. These animals are actually native to Africa, but due to overhunting, they are more abundant in North America, giving the opportunity for hunters like us to try and harvest a mature ram. These animals are actually really easy to identify, with long, shaggy hair coming down from their neck to the front of their legs. Another cool thing about these animals is they never stop growing. So a ram could be anywhere from 100 to 300 pounds. So come with us as we chase these awesome animals through the hills of West Texas. My name is Hayden Bronnenberg, and here in Wyoming, we hunt everything from bugling bull elk to big buck mule deer, and all of the animals in between. Welcome to Young Guns TV. Kick off your boots and stay for a while. Get him. First thing in the morning, we meet up with our guide, Levi Lashley. He takes us to a range so we can sight in our rifles after a bumpy plane ride.
You can just press that top button. Yeah, dead center.
All of our rifles are still sighted in, so we're ready to start the hunt. Curious about the animals we're hunting, we ask Levi lots of questions as we ride out into the mountainous terrain. In this wide open Texas country, we have to employ a spot and stalk technique, which is actually my favorite. What we're doing is we drive on these roads until we can see one of the steep rocky hills and see if we can spot any Aoudad on them. It's not long until we come across a small group of rams making their way up the hill. A couple of these rams are very mature, so Levi, my dad, and I went around the back side of the mountain to see if we could sneak in above the rams. Texas rock breaks away easily at your feet, so we work super slow across the hillside, trying to get where we can get a peek at these Aoudad. As we near where we last saw the Aoudad, Levi gives me a quick overview of the shooting sticks. Seconds after, I look up and see a mature ram staring down at us. He hasn't realized he's been spotted yet, so it gives us the time to get set up. I squeeze off the trigger, and he runs off like nothing happens. I knew that it'd probably hit him, and I get sicker and sicker the longer we go without finding the Aoudad. But soon, we get a call from Doug, saying that he saw where he went and bedded down. We sneak over to where he's bedded, and I'm able to put a fatal shot through him. In a perfect world, you'd be able to get every animal at the first shot. But I was just thankful for Doug having watched where he went and bedded down so I could go and put him down for good.
Oh geez, that's awesome. It's done.
These truly are unique and amazing animals. Their ability to hide in this open terrain is unreal, and I was super thankful for the opportunity to come and harvest one here in West Texas.
Oh yeah. There's no ground shrinkage on that one. Yeah, he looks bigger from the front. He's got mass to him too.
Oh yeah.
And I was especially thankful to experience a hunt like this with my dad. After dressing it out, we met up with Doug and made our way off the mountain, ready for the rest of the day's adventures. We kept our eyes peeled for Aoudad, but went after what my dad and Doug were truly here for, some Texas quail.
Is that a male too? Yeah.
There's 3 of them.
Yeah, they blend in really well.
Well, we'll walk back up that road there.
Yeah, I think that group's probably 10 or 15. You might catch one trying to hide.
After harvesting about 5 or 6, we made our way back to the ranch house to clean them out. After a long day, we washed all the dust off and made our way down to the border to get some Poncho's
Figured
pizza.
part of it out. Didn't you, or just...
With 2 more tags to fill, we got up early the next morning so my dad and Doug could try to harvest a mature Aoudad ram. But don't let the cactus fool you, this morning started off a little brisk. We got out and made our way around a small bluff where we'd seen some ewes the day before. It wasn't long until we caught the group again. Unfortunately, this lone Aoudad was just a ewe. However, Aoudad actually breed twice a year and have a pretty inconsistent breeding season. So with the chance that there could be rams around, we made our way up around the bluff to try to catch the whole herd. The herd was full of ewes and lambs, so we backed off and let them be. On our way out, we saw a group of javelinas eating at a local feeder. You can see why they're also called praying pigs, because they get on their front legs to eat. It's not long until we find another group of Aoudad making their way up over the rise. This group is full of rams. To give us the best chance of harvesting one of the rams, we sit and wait for them to go up over the rise before pursuing them. But of course, it's not a real hunt without a joke or two to pass the time.
The ram ran off the cliff. Didn't see the U-turn.
That's just dumb enough to be good this morning, Doug.
The Aoudad make their way up over the rise, so we formulate a plan to go after them. Levi and Doug drop down to a little canyon to stay hidden from the Aoudad, while my dad Fred goes up on top of a hill to keep an eye on the Aoudad and make sure they don't slip away any unexpected way. The Aoudad stop and begin to graze on a hillside a little ways away, giving us a perfect opportunity to sneak up on them.
So then we're blind to them and they come back up.
Put me into that thing right up there.
We can make it a killer shot.
As we close in, Levi and Doug discuss the best way to remain unseen. Once we sneak in, Levi spots the most mature ram and lets Doug know which one it is. Nice hit.
He's hit good, he's bleeding. I'll keep an eye on him.
Doug puts a great shot on his Texas Aoudad, and it goes down quickly.
He's top, highest one. Oh,
Laid down.
yeah, he just went down.
With the rest of them, he's above him, but he laid down. He's hit good. He's only the biggest one out of that group.
We quickly make our way over to the hillside to retrieve yet another awesome ram.
Yeah, all right. That has him.
It was awesome going on this West Texas hunt with Doug. His experience, humor, and stories made it all together a great experience. The day wasn't over yet though. With these wide open spaces you could hunt all day long. And it wasn't long until we came across another group of rams. We snuck in on them and got ready. This is just a group of juvenile rams though, so we moved on and let them be. However, we didn't have to go far at all to find yet another group of Aoudad. And there was a very mature ram laying right in the middle of it. After seeing the size of this ram, Fred and Levi wasted no time getting ready and making their way across the flat towards this group of Aoudad. After a clean 500-yard shot, my dad Fred was able to harvest an awesome Aoudad ram. This right here is a trophy Aoudad that every hunter dreams about. It was substantially bigger than mine and Doug's, which is hard to tell because pictures and videos do not do it justice. This is because the Aoudad grow their entire lives, so this Aoudad probably weighed closer to 300 pounds while mine and Doug's were in the 200 pounds. This is what makes them really hard to judge, but truly amazing animals to hunt. Going on this West Texas Aoudad hunt was truly an amazing experience for me, and I was especially thankful to be able to have this hunt with my dad. And as all hunters know, these are the memories that we will cherish forever. But of course, no trip to Texas is complete without some barbecue. Thank you for everyone that watched this episode of Young Guns TV.